What's good, everybody? It's Brandon Rashad. Hey, man, today I'm about to do a video from What Culture Wrestling. This video is titled Ups and Downs from last night's WWE Raw from April 23rd. But before I put this video, make sure you leave a comment down below letting me know what y'all want to see me react to next. And, you know, I've been receiving a lot of comments. Everybody's like, hey, where's Raw? Where's SmackDown? You forgot to do SmackDown last week. Listen, I'm just going to tell y'all this. I'm not going to go into all the details, but WWE, bruh, WWE, the block is hot, bruh. That's all I'm going to leave it at. Like, WWE is not playing games right now. Alright? So, I'm going to have to be cool off WWE. I don't know why all of a sudden WWE is on my head, but they on my head. So, I gotta calm down. I gotta relax. Like, they ain't playing no games. So, what I'm going to do, like a lot of y'all been suggesting, like, okay, if you can't do WWE, just do What Culture when they talk about it. That's what I'm going to have to do for the next few weeks, alright? For the next few weeks, that's what I'm going to have to do. But then after a while, I'll hop back on it. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, like I said, it's ups and downs from last night's Raw, from April 23rd. Don't trip, of course, when they do the ups and downs from SmackDown, I'm going to do those too, bruh. But yeah, we about to hop into it. Let's go.
Hello, What Culture? My name is Simon, and welcome to
What up, Simon?
From the show where we do indeed go through WWE's
you over here in Greece like me, like you,
and we give the bad bits and downs.
Bro?
You know what else? This is the last Raw ups and downs I'll do before my very own professional wrestling debut this Saturday, the 28th of April in Newcastle for Defiance. No Regrets show, and if you don't know, that's right, I am in the Defiant Rumble. What world we live in. And you're free to give my performance an up or a down, because I'm not a hypocrite, I'm not going to contradict myself. Maybe I'll give my own ups and downs to that. Probably won't. Anyway, enough of that, let's ups and downs.
Hey man, that's good, bro. Like, you living out your dream, that's what's up.
We'll start with a nice, emotional and very appropriate tribute to Bruno Sammartino, who did very upsettingly pass away over the last week. And given that Bruno Sammartino basically saved the entire company at one point, this was more deserved, and it was, well, just lovely to see getting up. Not much else to say about it really. Like I say, this was exactly how Raw should have begun, and it was all very touching. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns then came out to start off our story portion of the evening. It was fine as getting up. And the best part of all of this, of course, was the sign that asked me to give them an up. Because look, finally, I made it between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. There I am. There's
hilarious.
There's Roman Reigns, and there's a Simon Miller little name badge there in the middle. I've lived my dreams. I've lived my dreams, and of course, this is getting up. Thank you, my friend. You get it up. Anyway, before Roman did arrive, it was the usual Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar thing. That was alright, because I like the little thing that they do. Heyman reminded us that Lesnar's killed everyone, he's going to keep killing people, and that he wants Roman Reigns in a cage at the Greatest Royal Rumble for one reason over. He's desperate to go back to UFC. The cage is kind of like an octagon. Maybe, not really. Heyman even said about Lesnar's brand new amazing WWE contract, and that prompted Reigns to come out, and he did his usual thing. He got in Lesnar's face and he was like, well, I'm going to spoil the party at the Greatest Royal Rumble because I'm going to take your Universal title. He then dropped the microphone and he walked off. That was a bit lackluster, but as a segment, I thought it was decent enough. Hence why I just said nice things about it. We then got a match between Bobby Roode and Elias won. Not sure what to give this, to be honest.
That should be a good match
there, and we seemingly moved Bobby Roode across to Raw to have him lose. Also, when was the last time we saw Elias win on Raw television? I can't even remember. But it did all happen after he hit the drift away. You know what? I'm not going to give it anything. I'm not going to give it anything because I don't know what to give it. It was just there. It'd be like me giving it up or down to a tree as I take a walk to the post office.
Oh,
it's
shit.
Just there.
So it was just completely mediocre, huh?
Strange, this. Very strange. We then got a promo from Woken, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt telling us that they are going to win the tag team titles at the Greatest Ever Royal Rumble, and I like all this shit.
I think they are.
WWE seems to be playing all this as if Matt Hardy is the light side of the broken universe and Bray Wyatt is the dark side of the Woken universe. And I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. I enjoyed it here. And then the team beat the Ascension in around about 3 minutes. So once more, another team we moved across from SmackDown. Let's have them lose. Huh? We then, however, had an awesome segment with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That's getting it up. It began with the introduction of the Kevin and Sami
Owens and Sami Zayn on Raw now, bro.
What a replacement it is. What a picture of Shane McMahon after he'd been beaten up by the pair. They proceeded to just run down everybody in the Greatest Royal Rumble and also stated that they're going to win the damn thing. The pair then welcomed their first guest, and it was indeed Kurt Angle. But unfortunately, they'd run out of chairs, but Sami Zayn, being the very nice man he is, went to get the Raw GM a little chair. When I say little chair, I mean it literally. Just tiny, like, I don't know, kid's chair. They made Kurt sit in it. It was ridiculous, and therefore it was good. From here, it was your usual back and forth, but I appreciate what WWE did here, because Kevin Owens even said to Kurt Angle, listen, dude, Stephanie McMahon must really hate you, because I cracked her skull on the father a few months ago, and she still welcomed us back. Thank you for filling in.
Hey.
Kurt Angle agreed and said that it probably was the case, and basically this was just one big advert for Friday's pay-per-view, but I don't care. Sami Zayn is great. Kevin Owens is great. I love seeing them on my TV screen, hence I was seeing them here, meaning I was happy. Ended with Kurt punishing the pair by telling them they're going to have a match later against Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman.
Ooh.
A cool squash match after this, though, as Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler laid waste to Titus Worldwide. Yeah. It did make them look like badasses, even though I think the name of their team is The Show. The hell is that? The Show? That's rubbish, and Drew McIntyre cut a really good promo here. It got me excited. There are big plans for this dude, or at least I hope they are, because he deserves big plans. And I surprisingly like what followed too, even though I probably shouldn't. It started with Chad Gable chatting to Angle about Jason Jordan, which I'd forgotten about, so maybe they'll put them back together at some stage. Who knows? Then Jinder Mahal interrupted and demanded to be sent back to SmackDown. He then mistook Chad Gable for Nicholas. I like that. The two then got in each other's faces, so Angle said, right, fine, you go have a match right now. Can you believe it? Chad Gable actually won. Now, it was portrayed like an underdog victory.
I don't know who Chad Gable is. Is he new to WWE? I'm pretty sure he came from like NXT or something. But I don't know Chad Gable though.
The ending just worked for me, as does this pairing. Who would have thought that? I imagine I'm the only one. Interview with the Riot Squad were next, and they just said what they did last week wasn't just aimed at Sasha Banks and Bayley, but the whole women's division on Raw, and they're coming to be really dominant and really successful, and everybody should run scared. This was a bit boring. Down. Samoa Joe then did an interview via the phone. No, he's not on Raw anymore. He's on SmackDown, and it was still better than what 90% of other wrestlers do, face to face or to camera.
What?
Basically told us that he'd heard Roman had said he was going to win the Universal title in Saudi Arabia, but because Roman can never back up his words, it probably means instead he's going to die in the sand. And then who is Samoa Joe going to face a backlash? Samoa Joe is brilliant. The ups keep on coming today, so I must be in an extra special mood because, yeah, everything between Finn Balor and the Mr. Raj, giving it up. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas went to find
y'all know I'm a fan of Finn Balor, bro.
And we should call it the Baxel Club. That is so bad, I couldn't help but sit there on my couch and laugh. And obviously Finn Balor went, you know what, I'm alright. It was just stupid, but it was done in the right way. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Don't shoot the messenger, although I am both the messenger and the person that said it. So shoot me, I liked it. And it was Owens and Zayn versus Strowman and Lashley next, and I'm sorry. Now it does suck that Owens and Zayn lost because I think they're so good they should be protected. It's just a fun little match, and I always enjoy two power dudes, that being Lashley and Strowman, kicking people's asses. And let me tell you this, the crowd loved it when Strowman got in there too.
A lot of y'all said Lashley is a beast.
Zayn took the fall.
I've never seen him, but I'll take y'all word for it.
I'm interested to see what we do with Braun and Bobby going from here, because they don't have any individual programs. Are they going to be a proper team? I mean, I doubt it. I don't think WWE want to do that. You don't know. I have to wait and see. Anyway, this is a nice little bit. What followed was rubbish, though. Down. It was meant to be Baron Corbin versus No Way Jose. However, Baron wasn't happy with Jose's conga line. Said he'd only brought them out so they could interfere in his match, which would cause Corbin to lose. He went to the back. Jose started dancing his way and followed him. And then Baron came out of nowhere and attacked him and beat him up. And that was it.
It was garbage.
Rubbish. Alexa Bliss then cut a damn good heel promo. Yeah, it was not like a PSA and essentially followed the same format as before. She continued to lie into Nia Jax because of the way she looked. Now, a lot of people say this is too close to the bone, and I agree with you. However, Alexa is so good at making it feel real and coming across like a massive dick. If Nia is cool with it, I'm alright with this because she does, like I say, come across like a super heel. As long as Nia Jax keeps beating her up and getting her comeuppance, I think it's okay. It was very, very well delivered though, and Alexa is just a very, very good bad guy. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins then beat Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. Down. It ended with a somewhat odd segment with Natalya, Ember Moon, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Nia Jax was after this. I didn't really get it. So it is going to get a down. I mean, Nia Jax came back at Alexa Bliss and said, oh, you know, be careful what you say. I'm going to beat you up. I've got a fist. And then there was this odd bit where Sasha Banks smiled at Bayley and Bayley just walked off in a huff. What even is this feud anymore? What even is it? Does anybody care? Because WWE certainly doesn't seem to. I don't know if I said it then or not, but this is getting down. However, the main event was this 5 taking on the Riot Squad, Mickie James and Alexa Bliss.
Oh.
You know what? It surprised me. I thought it was alright.
So it was a 5-on-5
The story of
match?
the match revolved around
That might have been good.
She got legitimately hurt after Sarah Logan had given her a chop block. That kind of, sent the whole thing into disarray. And Natty kept saying her leg was like, oh, what's going on here? She was really worried. As she was vulnerable, Mickie James started to put the boots in, and then who came to save Natty Neidhart? That's right, Ronda Rousey. I really didn't see it coming, and all this worked well. James then decided she was going to tonk Rousey in the face. Ronda got that look on her face, threw Mickie James around for a while, and then locked in the armbar before saving Natty and taking her to the back. Now, I wasn't high on this last week, but now I realise what I missed. If we are actually building to a Ronda versus Natty feud, because Natty is going to turn on the former MMA person, that's really cool. That's a good idea. And it's a decent first program to put her in, second program, because Natty knows what she's doing. Those two like each other away from the ring, and they'll probably have some damn good matches. That helps Ronda Rousey. And that was a solid end to Raw. I enjoy this.
That would be a nice little spin, because yeah, they seem like they're real cool. So if something were to happen and then next thing you know they fighting, that would be a good little spin. You know, and if Simon is picking up on it, that's probably what's going to happen. He clearly knows a lot about wrestling. But this was a great video. Thank y'all so much for suggesting it. Congrats to Simon on his first professional wrestling debut. That's what's up, bro. You living your dreams. That's cool. Let me know what y'all thought down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See y'all next time. Peace.